Today we have with us sound meditation expert Yash Mukand. Yash is an award-winning wellness coach and sound healer who has impacted over 30,000 lives globally since 2011. After overcoming depression a few years ago, he dedicated himself to the practice of yoga, meditation, and sound healing. Yash blends psychology and holistic practices of yoga and sound healing, which helps others unwind and recharge. So once Yash starts the session will be for about 20 to 25 minutes. And during the session, you all will hear sounds from different instruments like singing bowls, sitars, and also some gongs, which will produce vibrations that will resonate with your body's energy center, helping you balance and harmonize them. These instruments generate alpha and theta waves, which promote relaxation, and beta waves, which enhance focus and overall brain activity. These vibrations can reduce stress and clear any mental blockages that you may have. This practice is, in fact, very ideal for school principals and teachers, psychologists, and also school counselors, people who tend to face very high levels of stress in their profession and also hold a lot of responsibility. This practice helps in stress management and foster a calmer and a more focused mindset. The practice of sound meditation is the most effective when it's conducted by a professional like Yash. It should be conducted on once in a fortnight or maybe once a month, ideally in a closed setting, like a closed room with very minimal light and also external sound. It should be conducted either early morning or evenings after 6 p.m. A person needs to make sure that they don't consume any coffee before the session because it may hamper the overall experience of the session. And also the last meal that's consumed by a person should be minimum of 2 hours before the session. So now that we have some amount of information on sound meditation, we will begin today's session. It's a request, please keep your phones on silent and also use your earphones or headphones for a more immersive experience. Once the session is over, we'll be taking question and answer in the chat box. Yash, over to you now.
Namaskar everybody, welcome to Sound Healing Meditation. So we shall begin. So a few instructions from my side. I would request if you are sitting on the chair, make sure that your spine is straight. And if you want, you can, if you're on the bed, you can also lie down in Shavasana. And I would request again that, please keep your phones on silent mode. For a better experience, it is better to have a headphones or plugged in. And so it's a very different kind of meditation where we'll be using sound bowls, which are, these are Kansa bowls, which is a bronze metal, which is made up of copper and tin. And these bowls produce a very harmonious vibrations. So I'll be gonging these bowls along with few other instruments. So idea is to give you a deeper state of relaxations, and what you need to do is you just need to follow the sounds and let the sound take you wherever it wants to take you. If a lot of thoughts are coming, if your mind is wandering, let it wander, but just try to bring your mind back to the sound and let the sound take you wherever it wants to take you. So now we shall start.
Yash, before we begin, there are a few people on the chat who are saying that the voice is a little low. So if you could just be a little, yes. So if you could just be a little maybe louder. And everyone who's on the call, if you have earphones, please do utilize them. It will just enhance the overall experience.
Earphones are important because if I'm on loudspeaker, then probably the sound of the bowls may not be that effective. So now we shall start. I would request everybody to be seated in a comfortable position. Make sure that your spine is straight. Your tip of your index finger, tip of your thumb touching together. Both your palms are facing upwards. And slowly take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Take a slow and gentle inhale and slow and gentle exhale. Slow and gentle inhale and slow and gentle exhale from your nose or from your mouth. And allow yourself mentally, physically, spiritually to this wonderful space of healing, clearing, relaxation, and refreshment. So, whatever worries, whatever tensions, whatever work you need to do, just try to bring your attention to this session and make sure that your mind and your body is completely aligned to whatever comes in this session. So, take a few deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And now, before we begin our session, we will chant 3 times Om and 3 times Shanti to start our session. Inhale. Shanti, 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 Shanti. And now with your eyes closed, you set up the intention or sankalp for today's session. So whatever sankalp, whatever you want to achieve from this session, you can set that intention. It can be anything. I want peace and harmony. I want less stress. Whatever the intention is, you set that intention. And now slowly you can open your eyes. And now if you want to lie down, you can please lie down, or if you are sitting on a chair, make sure that you are comfortably seated. And again, we will close our eyes to start our meditation. Make sure that your eyes are closed, and slowly we will start our sound meditation. Take one more inhale, a gentle exhale. Inhale. Allow yourself to completely relax and tell your mind that you will surrender to the sacred sounds which you will be experiencing for about 20 minutes. So when you inhale, you are inhaling all the positivity from the universe, and when you are exhaling and letting go of the stress from your body and your mind. So inhale, inhaling all the positivity from the universe, and as you exhale, you let go of all the stress from your body and your mind. So a deeper inhale, inhaling all the positivity from the universe, and as you exhale and let go of the things that do not require any attention right now. Inhale, slow and gentle exhale. Now, let these sounds give you a lot of relaxation. Let these sounds give you healing wherever you need healing. Let these sounds give you clearing wherever you need clearing, healing in any part of your body and your mind. And let these sounds take you wherever it wants to take you. Allow yourself to completely surrender to these sacred sounds and allow these sounds to take you wherever it wants to take you. So now, from the now point on, you will be just listening to these sounds, and these sounds will give you a lot of relaxation and calmness. So we shall start. Allow yourself to completely relax. Please focus on the sound. We will answer all the questions after the meditation. Allow yourself to completely relax. Allow yourself to relax and surrender to these sounds. Slowly bring your awareness to the movement by observing the sounds that you can hear from the near and from the far. Become aware of your breath. Become aware of the taste in your mouth. Become aware of any fragrances that you can smell. Become aware of your thoughts. How are you feeling in the present moment? To the right, move your fingers, your toes, and slowly rub your palms. Place it on your face, and with your eyes closed, bow down to the sacred practice of Nad Yoga. And as you inhale, you surround yourself with all the positivity from the universe. And slowly, you can open your eyes.
Thank you so much, Yash. This was actually a fantastic session. It was very relaxing. We've gotten a lot of people tell us also that they felt really, really good after this. If anyone has any questions or would just like to tell us what their experience was like, please feel free to put it up on chat. We'd love to hear from you and just get to know what your experience was like. Yash, so we do have a couple of questions that came in the chat. So if you're okay, we can begin with the question and answer.
Yes, sure.
Okay, so one of the first questions that we have for you is that since there was like a lot of combination of sounds, if you could just, and we can see the screen, we can see all of the instruments that you have. If
Mhm.
you could probably just tell us a little more about the instruments that are there and just explain to us why you use certain instruments as well.
Yeah. So, thank you for the wonderful question, a very detailed one. So, why we use certain kind of instrument is because these are all healing instruments. So, these are also musical instruments. Also, they are toned to a musical frequency as well. So, these
Hmm.
are singing bowls. So, that word maximum you hear on behind me is a gong. So, gong is basically a very high pitch percussion instrument. So this is more for activating. We generally don't use it in online sessions because it's more like more effective when you are offline. So then I have this rain stick. So idea behind all these equipments is that to create an environment for you which is more natural.
Got
So
it.
this is a rain stick. So it replicates the sound of the rain.
Yeah.
So it is like quite big, and the sound lasts for at least a minute. And then this one is a happy drum. So I use ocean drum also and happy drum pan. So again, these are very peaceful sounds.
Yeah.
So it gives us relaxation and calmness. Then I was also playing like an activation I did with sitar. So all these equipments is like an amalgamation of all the equipment so that our mind and body can relax. So as Arushi was saying that it takes us from beta waves. Beta waves is when we are highly active, when we are
Yeah.
actually talking to students, when we are doing working on something. As soon as we hear these bowls, these sounds of these bowls, this takes us to alpha waves, and slowly with alpha it goes to theta, and then gamma waves also when we go into a deeper relaxation.
Got it. So Yash, ideally, how long are these sessions for,
These
like a sound
sessions
meditation?
are actually for more than 1 hour, like 60, 70 minutes, and 10 minutes is a sound without sound.
Okay, so that's like a purely meditative state
Yes.
that you're
So there
in.
are two kinds of sessions that happens. One is active meditation, which you didn't do because active meditation is when we place the bowls on the body part.
Oh,
So this is a bigger bowl. So in that person can stand, and the whole vibrations of these bowls will, the whole body starts to resonate.
got it. Got it. Um, so we all know that, it helps with stress removal and it basically calms you down. In fact, someone just mentioned right now that they had a very calming experience. So can you tell us how this stress removal happens in our bodies with sound meditation? That's number one question. And one more thing that people were asking was the science behind sound meditation.
So what happens is that the sounds that you might have experienced. So as soon as we strike the bowls, so these sounds are very calming. Right, you
Hmm.
can already hear this. These are very calming sounds. So what happens is our body is also tuned to a certain frequency. So
Okay.
generally, it's been researched that it's around 250 hertz is a neutral person's frequency, and the same way these bowls are also tuned to around like from 100 hertz to around 300, 400 hertz. So what happens is when we hear these sounds, it goes to our auditory circle. We hear it from the ears, and then it goes to the brain, and it actually relaxes the whole consciousness. That's very
Hmm.
quick because these are very, very calming vibrations. So first is
Okay.
that because these are very calming vibration, it activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which is like your rest and digest.
Hmm.
Basically, when we are stressed out, so sometimes I have seen in my sessions that I am also like dozing off at times. Why that happens is because the effect of the sounds. Because sounds we actually cater more to like our visual aspect, but there's an auditory aspect to our human beings also, which is very, very powerful. So when you listen to a sound, like when you listen to a music, it gives you a goosebump, probably if you're listening to our national anthem, or if you're listening to some sad song, it can generate a certain kind of an emotion. So in the same way,
Hmm.
these bowls also helps us to release some blocks. Sometimes people also start crying in the sessions because there's a lot of release that happens, a lot of relaxation that happens with this. And the science behind this is resonance. So resonances I can show you in the bowl. So people were like they were guests, they were talking about resonance. So you can see what is happening with the water. So water is resonating. So same
Yes.
way when we listen to this sound, so our 70% of body is made up of water. So
Water.
this
Yes.
is what happens with ourselves also. That's why we are going into a deeper relaxation. And these bowls, I was playing these bowls with the water as well, so that I can dampen the some kind of a shrill sound.
Got it. While we're talking about, what it does to us from like a stress relief point of view and making our bodies like calmer, how do you assess the effectiveness of a sound healing session?
Effectiveness is tested like when the person is completely it depends on the assessment. So like what we do is, because my background is into psychology, so I have
Yes.
like people coming in for like 10 sessions, 11 sessions. So we do like a few stress scales that I have that I use. After 10 session we again test like how they are feeling, how the stress levels have gone down or not. So it can be measurable as well, and it can be very easily measurable. Like once you are completely stressed out, I have seen, like I work with patients like in mental health field. So I have seen patients working with have some kind of mental disorders. It gives them an instant relaxation, especially with insomnia. So there was a patient, she didn't sleep for like 3 days, and while I was
Yes.
doing this sound bowl meditation, and she slept for like hours. And we have seen a very effective effects with the children as well. So there was a 5-year-old child. He came to our studio. He slept for like 6 hours after the session. He was so relaxed. So
Yeah.
that's why, because the frequencies of these bowls are in sync with the frequencies of our body. That's the basic, easy science behind it.
Yes. So there was a question that I was going to ask you, how if sound healing sessions can be personalized to cater to certain mental health issues like anxiety, depression, or even PTSD.
Yeah.
So is there some way it can be personalized, or
Yeah,
how
it
is
can
it
be
done?
personalized. So, like for depression, it is more of an activating sounds. So, like
Hmm.
generally, like gong will work well, drums will work very well, shaman drums or ocean drums, because when the person is depressed, he needs more of an activation. For
Hmm.
anxiety, it is more calming. The more
Yeah.
calmness you need, and then you mix it with music as well. So now I'm learning sitar. So my plan is to integrate the classical music, our ragas also, into
Hmm.
this. So when we
Hmm.
integrate all these ancient modalities with modern wisdom, so it creates a holistic experience.
All right. So, I think a lot of people here, this was their first session. This was also my first session. So,
Yeah.
as someone who's just starting, how do they navigate this space, and how do they begin their journey to actually get into sound meditation on a regular basis? And one more question I'll ask is there like an age limit, or like you need to be a certain age to start doing this?
The age would be, I think, so we can start from, like I have done with 5 years old kid as well to 70, 80 years old kid. But to start the practice, see, it is a form of a meditation. There are two aspects to sound healing. One is it also helps in relieving the pain. So these bowls are also can be converted into a massage bowls also. Like somebody has a pain, you strike the bowl near to the pain area, it can relax the muscles, can relax the tissues very quickly.
Hmm.
Secondly, is that you can also place the bowls on the head as well. That is
Okay.
also very effective. But and the second, the last aspect, the most important is, it can once is used for the relaxation, that you can lie down in shavasana and relax.
Hmm.
Secondly is you can do an active meditation as well. So you can sit in
Hmm.
sukhasana and just listen to these sounds, because the aim is that of all the meditation, whether it is a breathing, whether it's a guided meditation, to shut off all our senses so that we
Hmm.
can go into a deeper realms of relaxation or deeper
Hmm.
states of meditation. So this sound healing helps. So I have patients who are working with me or clients. So they now
Hmm.
come for sound meditation, not sound baths. So sound meditation is you just observe these sounds and let the sound take you wherever it wants to take you.
And what is a sound bath experience?
Yeah, sound bath is, again, it's an amalgamation of various kinds of instruments. Again, it's gong, it's singing bowls, it's
Hmm.
ocean drum, or it can be a flute as well, a sitar as well. So again, it's like 45 minutes of immersion. So it's
Hmm.
like you are bathing in those sounds, and those sounds are attuning you to the healing frequencies.
All right. Yash, is sound meditation something that requires you to be in a closed space or a room, or is it something that can be explored even outdoors?
Yeah, it can be experienced outdoor as well.
Hmm.
In outdoor, it's like, of course, not in Delhi weather, but like somewhere in Goa or Himachal where you can, probably connect with the nature sounds. And but basically in a city like Delhi and Bombay, it is more indoors, like a closed space. So I have this closed space.
Hmm.
So this also helps a lot.
Okay. Um, so I have one more question, which is a little serious, I would say. Can you share some light on any research that you may be aware of, which basically focuses on how sound vibrations can help in cure of cancer? Is there some research that you're
Yeah, actually, this is a very, frankly speaking, quite a debatable part. Some
hmm,
people claim it in the US, but again, I would not say that it can heal cancer, but it can enhance your healing process.
all right.
Yeah, so there have been research in America, they have done it, but again, they are still debatable. So I will not say that, it will ultimately cure cancer. Some people do it, but again, it's still a debatable topic. But I work in rehab where people are working, we have like patients with addicts and with bipolar disorders, with OCD.
Hmm,
It enhances their, healing journey. So I
hmm,
cannot claim it that it will cure the
sure.
disease, but it will closely with
Hmm.
psychiatrists, psychologists, and we create experiences for them in a rehab.
Okay, okay, all right. If anyone else has any questions that they'd like to ask or just share their experience about this entire session, we can open this up for the rest of the people as well. You can just raise your hand
Yeah.
and then we can go one by one if anyone has anything to say about this session or want to ask Yash anything else.
Or how was the session? You can let us know, or any feedback you want to share.
Yes, so we're anyway sharing a feedback form, but we would love to hear from all of you on this call as well. I think we can have a very engaging conversation with Yash. Yes,
Yeah.
Paramita, you can unmute yourself and go ahead.
Yeah, good evening to everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, while this entire process was extremely enlightening and soothing, I just wanted to share when Arushi asked about an outdoor experience. I went to a place called Sound Garden in Auroville, if you've been to Pondicherry, and I really had a wonderful experience where, as Yash was talking about, the various natural ways from which the sounds were emanating, and it did have a soothing effect. It did have a soothing effect. So, soundscapes are magical when it comes to healing. Definitely, I kind of agree.
Yeah, of course. And
Thank you.
Auroville has it's called. I also have the equipments, few of my equipments. It's a beautiful garden. That the
Correct.
major our part is like in sound baths or any kind of sound is that that auditory system itself is very, very powerful. So we are not able to connect to our, probably if you learn about ragas, our ragas were actually tuned to we have a rag in every, like afternoon has a different rag, evening has a different raga in classical music. So even in the music as well,
Yes,
जो हमारा
yes,
classical
of
संगीत है वो
course.
भी नेचर के साथ ही ओरिएंटेड है. सो आप अगर सितार सुने तो उसकी जो ध्वनि है, it is so calming that it will take you, and the more relaxed we are, the more healing process will be enhanced, because at that time when we are relaxed, we are not overthinking. We are not thinking about, oh, what will happen in the past, what happened with us in the future. So we are just in the moment, and when we are in the moment, our parasympathetic nervous system is activated, so we go into a deeper state of relaxation.
Correct. Correct. Thank you so much.
Yeah, yeah, my pleasure. A Tibetan monastery give these vibrations a curing. Yes, of course. There are a lot of things happens in uh, like in Dharamshala in Ladakh as well. So these gives a very harming, good experience as well. Yeah.
Yes, I was actually in fact going to ask you if you can tell us a few more places where people can go to and have this sort of an immersive experience
Yeah,
in
they can like if they are in Gurgaon, so they can visit me as well. So my
yes.
center is in DLF Cyber City, and then otherwise wherever you are in the city, like Bombay, Bombay has less. Now I have few students also in Mumbai, so if somebody is from Mumbai, so I can guide you through. And then yeah, wherever in the cities you are, so you can check some sound healing experiences. Is there a reason you are wearing black and white? No, I'm wearing. I'm not wearing black and white. I'm wearing white and green, dark green. So that's my uniform. So I have trained myself to be in a uniform. So that's why I wear.
Okay, looks black. Okay. So if anyone else has any other feedback, any
Yeah.
question, we can take it up right now, or we can also take these questions up later. We can send it across to Yash. If there are no questions right now, and if you have any questions
Yeah.
later.
And I and
Okay.
I also teach this meditation as well. So I have my own training program where I train people on sound healing. Like I do it like every month. So then I also do webinars on sound healing, what sound healing is, and how it impacts our physical as well as our mental body. And then we go
Amazing.
into a deeper, like into it, like it's a complete science.
Amazing. We have shared Yash's contact on chat. If anyone would like to reach out to him post this session and get more into the practice of sound meditation, please feel free to ring him up. We have also attached a link on chat, which is the feedback form. Yeah, if we can just, we have just put down the link for the feedback. If you all could just, take out a minute and just give us the feedback and what you thought of the session, that'd be great. It'll help us curate better events in the future as well. So, Yash, this brings us to the end. This was a fabulous session. Thank you so
Thank you.
much for being a part of this. I'm sure people are very relaxed to even
Yeah,
talk or
people are
do
feeling
anything.
relaxed. They can just give thumbs up or
Yes, absolutely. And it's the right time that they've also done the meditation. As you had mentioned, that evening usually works around 5 or 6.
will you provide recording of this session? So we have a recording. I'll provide you a separate recording
Hmm.
of my
But we are
sound.
recording this session and we'll be putting this, so we can share it, or and we'll also be putting this up on our YouTube channel. We can share that link with you guys as well.
Yeah, and then I also do webinars. Also, if you guys want to join, you can join my sound healing webinar as well. So there I talk about sound healing and its benefits and more deeper into